Oh my god, it's live. Okay, hold on. I want to see what it looked like, but I don't want to see myself.
Hey there, everybody. How you doing? Welcome back. It sounds so weird to say, to another installment of Conversations for the Culture with our very cherished special guest, KeKe, also known as KExKe. Welcome. Let's do a mic check. Might make sure everybody can hear us.
Hello.
Hello.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Oh, I see my master volume dropped down, so let me fix that right quick. We all know how it loves to do that. Welcome, everybody. Make sure you switch your chat if you are following along or participating from top chat to live chat so that you can catch all the good foolishness. Welcome to everybody who is watching. Smash that like button. Welcome to all of the subs. Welcome to all of the members on Patreon and YouTube. It's good to see everybody. Per as usual, we do a nice little bag share here. But, we've also got direct payment. So any super chats that come in tonight are shared with the guests, but you can also do direct support for both or either one of us. So thank you. As I said, we are here once again. The conversation for the culture. KeKe said she's a little nervous. I just took, an appropriately legal handful of drugs. We've talked about this before, KeKe. My rib issue.
Oh yeah, I had a subluxated my floating ribs when I was in the military. I actually am not sure what caused it though, but they do cause back spasms, and
Yes.
that was my issue, and
Yes.
still continues to be an issue. But it's just I don't know. Maybe it's because I started going to the I don't know why it's not as bad as it used to be, but it is. I still do get back spasms.
Well, this is probably the worst it's ever been today. So, but I'm here. We're gonna get through it, and it's gonna be a great conversation. And I've really been looking forward to this. So I'm very appreciative that you are here and appreciative of your time and appreciative of all the hot takes you're going to give and everything that you are going to share. And we will start from the beginning, which is, when did you start your channel and what motivated you to start your channel?
So I officially started my channel, I think in January. I think that's when I officially joined my channel. It's March.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe December. This January, December. I actually have been posting on YouTube before that. If you go on my channel, my very first video was posted 11 months ago, and it was a recreation of Wicked Games by the Weeknd. I don't suggest listening to it, but I just want y'all to know that it does exist. And I was supposed to actually start my channel in the summer, but it's kind of hard to like record videos and stuff when you live with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of like crashing on my sister's couch at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And what really inspired me to start my channel was just that I just love music. I've always been a huge fan of music. I've always wanted to start a music channel, just talking about music and stuff like that. But I feel like this Mr. Beastification of YouTube kind of made me not want to, or like discourage me from doing it, because it's like, man, I only got that fancy editing software. I don't have like the ability to make these like exciting videos where it's just like stuff flying across the camera, special effects and sound effects, stuff like that. So I feel like it would be boring. And then I like started getting recommended all these channels that were just people with microphones. And I was like, I then I guess I could just do it. And if people don't want to watch it, they don't want to. And if they do, then they will. So
music was your motivation?
yeah, I've always been a lover of music.
What are your favorite genres?
I love hip hop. I love synth pop. I love R&B. Those are probably my top three. I like gospel sometimes too, but it's like when I was a kid, before my mom had got with my stepdad, she was very, very into gospel. And I don't know if it was because like her marriage was falling apart and that was kind of like her solace.
Yeah, that's real.
But she wore me out with the gospel. But it's so weird because sometimes like some of those songs she would play all the time, like they just like pop into my head and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that song right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the earliest songs that I ever remember hearing, and like I used to hear this song all the time when I was a kid, and I didn't even know what it was until I was like 14. And it was Open Your Heart, or Open My Heart by Yolanda Adams. Because my mom was a dancer in church, and that
Mm-hmm.
was the first song that she ever danced to. So she would play it on repeat and like practice her dance
Mm-hmm.
like that. And so I
Mm-hmm.
didn't even know, like the melody of the song was stuck in my head for like 10 years.
Mm.
Na, 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 na. And I was like, Mom, do you know what this song is? And I would hum that melody and she would be like, I don't know what you're talking about. It was just
That is so typical. That is so typical.
it's just not enough information. And I only knew the melody of that one part. And then it wasn't until there was a show on BET called Sunday's Best.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the gospel version of American Idol. And there was a
Mm-hmm.
performer on there that covered that song. And I was like, Mom, that's the song I've been asking you about for like 10 years. And she was like, oh, that's Yolanda Adams, girl. I'm like, well, you didn't say that the past 10 years, so why you acting like it's just a
Yes. Typical. Typical.
But yeah, those gospel bops, they come up every once in a while,
What made you remake the Weeknd song?
Um, so I like to make beats and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like to, I would like to be a producer one day.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like, when you kind of get stagnant, that hearing songs that you like and seeing if you can recreate them to see like what are the elements within the song that make them special, or like the song that you can hear that you go, oh, I didn't even really realize that like this little guitar in the back and like it really makes me pay
Mm-hmm.
attention to music.
Mm-hmm.
I also did the vocals. That was unnecessary, but I did do the vocals too.
I love it.
It didn't sound like the song at all. It was a totally different song. But I did try to. I have actually done it with a few different songs. But I didn't post those. I just did it.
What do you consider, you mentioned like the Mr. Beastification of YouTube, like that side of it versus
Yeah.
other, sides and pockets and corners of it. Do you associate being on YouTube with your own personal desire to want to be in the public eye? Or is it to want to have community? Or is it because you feel like you have something to say? Is it one of those, a combination of some of those, none of those?
I would say the second two are closer. Building a community and just like putting your voice out there, because I feel like there was sort of like a period of time where YouTube kind of didn't have any niches anymore. Where it was not like now there's like different, it seems like it's rebuilding itself, like how there's different corners of YouTube. There's cooking YouTube, there's hip hop YouTube, there's extreme sports YouTube, whatever it is. It's like I feel like the corners are creating themselves again. And it was more like I would have these conversations with my sister about music because we go to the gym 5 times a week. And I was like, why am I spoiling your ear with these conversations? Why don't I just put them online and then have conversations with people from everywhere, you know? So building a community was kind of a bigger part of it, and just having like a voice in it.
And the basic question, why is that something that you value or feel compelled to do? I talk about this all the time. Like, you don't do it unless you are really, there's some, unless you are Mr. Beastification levels of getting paid, and then you really don't have a choice. But when you're just making it because you want to make it, there's a level of feeling compelled to do it. What do you think that desire of connectivity comes from?
Okay, so there were like a few different types of media: music, movies, art, books, TV shows. I feel like everybody has heard music. Not everybody can go to the movie theater. Maybe not everybody has a television. Maybe not everybody can afford a streaming service. Maybe not everybody's gonna go to a museum and look at pieces of art. I mean, maybe everybody's seen the Mona Lisa, but I feel like music is sort of like something that connects everybody. And whether it moves you on a mental level or a physical level, it makes you want to dance, it makes you want to think. I like to just discuss, art, the people that make it. And I feel like it's just that's something that everybody likes. Everybody has a song that they like.
Mm-hmm. And you've said the introduction on your channel in the description is something like
me talking about whatever I want.
Whatever you want to talk about. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm so jealous. It took me 3 months to write 5 sentences about and you have 1 sentence, and it's so perfect, and it so perfectly encapsulates you, and not pigeonholing yourself into one thing. But from that the Weeknd video to what it is that you're doing now, like, what do you see yourself? Do you see your content so far falling into kind of certain pockets or categories, or how has it changed and evolved since then?
I think that for the most part, it's gonna stick to speaking about like hip hop music culture, hip hop culture. I actually thought about this one was gonna be kind of weird. I had watched One of Them Days recently, and I actually really, really liked the movie, and I wanted to make a video about the movie. But then I had a different idea pop up in my head that I felt like was more relevant right now. So I don't know if I will make that movie. Maybe Prim's Hood Cinema will do it before I do, and I won't have to do it. But yeah, I thought about making a video about that movie. That will be a little bit outside of what I typically post about, but I don't really care because I post about whatever I felt like. I post about what moved me. But I don't know. I feel like in general it's probably gonna stick to talking about media. I can't make any guarantees though, because I don't know what the future holds. One day I would love to interview a rapper.
Do you have a list of people you want to talk to?
I would love to interview Denzel Curry.
I can, yeah, that makes total sense. I actually listened to Denzel Curry for the first time because you kept listening to and talking about Denzel Curry.
I would because the little project that I've been doing where we like all vote on somebody to listen to and we listen to them together and then rank them. That was the first time I ever like listened to his music outside of one song, which was Ultimate, because it was a meme. And I was like, yo, this dude actually, because you see people post about certain people all the time.
Right.
And you don't always have the time to just sit down and listen to people you never heard of. Or not never heard of, but never listened to before.
Right.
So that little project is not just a way of me being able to like introduce myself to people that I didn't get the chance to listen to, but it's also sort of like what I want it to be is an exercise in people being able to see that maybe artists that you don't relate to in general might have something that you like. So my last poll was intentionally artists that I knew that the majority of the community would not like.
Talk about that more. The poll. What is the poll? Talk about what that means.
So we pick 4 artists every week, and then I guess not. Whenever the last artist is finished, we'll pick 4 artists that we put on a poll, and we say whose discography are we listening to next. And my last one, I picked NBA YoungBoy, Young Thug, Lil Yachty, and it's another 21 Savage.
Okay.
Because the last 3 people we listened to were all people that are like people that you feel like people that are like, real rap.
Right.
Or experimental, or people that the community would typically classify as an A or S tier. And I was like, I feel like we pigeonholing ourselves. I'm about to force y'all to pick somebody that y'all are gonna say, I don't listen to this mumble crap. I don't listen to this trash, blah, 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 blah. And there was one person that came into my comments that left this like lengthy paragraph about why he loved NBA YoungBoy. And I was like, you know what? That's a beautiful thing. Because even within the hip hop community, there are like subgenres of listeners. And I feel like I only listen to real rap people are probably like top 3 worst hip hop fans, next to like white people and people that listen to Playboy Cardi. And so I was
no, pause right there. Say more about why they are probably the worst fans in hip hop.
Because I feel like if you are
and
like
define for the people, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but define for the people real rap.
Well, that's the thing is, what is that? That's my question.
Great.
I feel like somebody that really loves rap would try to find it, like anything that's good. Like you would give everything an honest chance, Like to them, what they basically mean is like, I miss when rap was like masculine men and not these dudes that paint their nails and have high pitched voices. That's what they mean. Or these lyrical miracle rappers, people that rap over boom bap beats. They talking about that, and it's like, well, you won't know until you listen to it. Like we've been listening to Young Thug. In general, I think Young Thug is like okay, but he got some songs I like. You wouldn't know that if you didn't try. You could hate 99.9% his discography, and there's one song that's like, oh, he made that song. Oh, I'm only download that song.
That's a good approach to take. I think, like I said, I've listened to stuff that I wouldn't have necessarily hated on it. I just would have never considered it. Like Denzel Curry.
I would have never considered Danny Brown. I'm a fan now. It's some of it is an acquired taste. Some of it is pretty likable. Some of it is like, I'm not listening to that. But I think overall, he's a very good artist. I like him.
Anybody else that's on your list of folks that you would want to interview?
I would love.
Oh boy.
can't say it with a straight face.
It's okay.
Okay, hold on. I want to be able to say it with a straight face. I would love to be able to interview Doja Cat. She seems like a very interesting person to interview. God. You know, I would love to get into the mind of her artistry. You know, I think that she's a very fascinating character. I would love to interview her. For real though, I would love to interview Doechii. Yeah. And if it was like 3 years ago, I probably would have been able to.
What do you mean?
Because like 3 years ago, she would go anywhere.
Nah.
No, I'm not kidding. Like she would go anywhere like 3 years ago.
Well, shoot your shot.
I don't even know how to get this. This is like this is one of the things that's important about building a platform is that I feel like you have easier access to people. So if I just DM Denzel Curry right now, he probably wouldn't even see it. You know, he probably gets a million DMs a day. And he would be like, who the fuck are you with these 2,000 followers? Why would I want to talk to you? You know, I don't.
You never know. You never know.
I don't know about all that.
You never know. I think people go wherever the authentic conversation really is.
Not all of them.
No, not all of them.
Some of them do.
But some of them do. And
but I'm sure that
you
like
Doechii
blowing up right now. She is blowing up right now.
Well, like I mean, I think she's in Paris right now. So
if I had her when she had posted that video about her shitting herself in her friend's car, like I would have been able to get an interview. But now it's like she just had 2 songs that blew the fuck up. Like she probably getting interviews requests from everybody.
Okay.
It's probably hard to get into contact with Doechii. Oh, I would love to interview with Azealia Banks. Now that one I'm actually serious.
Okay. Just hold on for a second here before you start your shit. Okay, let's go back to Doja Cat because I actually have this on my agenda for you.
Why?
Because I want to know the origin story for you. Where does this start?
What do you mean? Where does it start? Like, why do I hate her?
Yes.
Is that the question? Why do I hate Doja Cat?
Yes.
How do I start this? Okay, genuinely, the reason why I hate Doja Cat is because I don't even want to say that I hate her. I'm just consistently disappointed by her. Because I feel like there's a million people that could have been her and did not go down her route. As in, like...
Keep going. Yeah, go ahead.
Black girls that grew up in white spaces, I feel like any of them could go one of 2 ways. They could go the, you know what? I'm still black. I am who I am. I don't care what these people say about me. And there's the second way that they could go, which is I'm going to do everything I can to appeal to a white crowd specifically. Like a Candace Owens.
Wow, that's a comparison right there.
Because Candace Owens literally at one point, I think that she worked with the NAACP on a lawsuit because when she was in school, some white boys had sent her racist voicemails. And look where she is now.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being like, I'm about to do something to empower my people, it was, I'm going the opposite direction.
So how do you think that has shown up throughout Doja Cat's career?
Her getting on lives and saying the N-word with a hard R. Her did you miss that?
No, I didn't miss it. I'm being professional and asking questions. We just had a Doja Cat bashing session on this channel the other night wherein I laid out all my reasons why I don't like her ass.
This is something that really annoys me. I don't know. This annoys me so bad. Her only dating white men but calling them her nigga. Her showing feet to Nazis. Her shaking ass for Nazis. I'm like, girl, It's something that's not right with you. It's something that's very, very like.
Did you see the video of her and Doechii in Paris
No. Was
on
this
the
recent?
at the fashion show?
No. Was this recent?
Yes, like yesterday.
Oh my
Go pop. just play the whole music in your head, y'all. Find it.
I'm
You
Googling
gotta
her
find
right
it.
now. Oh
Or
no.
somebody if a mod can find it.
I'm looking at. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure the audio muted. Okay, it's
Where
in like a.
where
Damn, Doechii is so fine.
Doechii is you fucking don't get me started. Where Doechii is just stock still and
Doja Cat smiling like a fucking sucker.
and posing 10 different ways next to her. Like
Doechii's so
she's
fine.
like she's a prop.
I'm sad that they're friends. Honestly, this is the female version of Kendrick versus Drake to me. Doja Cat is literally the female Drake to me. They even grew up the same, damn near, except Doja Cat grew up in a cult, but like they are very similar. Well, I gotta explain their childhoods.
No, you have to explain their childhoods. No, let's talk about the end results.
What of how
of
they both
of those upbringings.
They both seem resentful of black people. I feel like neither of them really like black people. I also feel like I also think it's okay. I feel like when Doja Cat does her weird stuff is forced. I feel like when Doechii does her weird stuff is natural. Because Doechii's a theater kid. That's just theater kid shit. You know what I mean? It's like something about Doja Cat is just not. It's very, very inauthentic, and I don't like it. And the same thing with Drake. They are both inauthentic, anti-black suckers. They're both jabronis.
What did you think of Doja Cat telling her fans basically that they're suckers?
So I had a theory about that. I think that at that time she was trying to gain acceptance from a black audience, but I think she has since ditched that wanting to do that. Which has popping up on the screen. I think that she has since like ditched wanting to do that. I think at that point, and I actually think the reason why she made that rap album was because of Remy Ma. Because Remy Ma did an interview where they asked her like who's the best, like is Doja Cat a good rapper or something like that, and she said Doja Cat's not a rapper. But what she clarified later was like, oh, when I said she wasn't a rapper, like I meant like, oh, she raps, she sings, she's dancing. So I was thinking like she's more than a rapper, but she got offended. Then oh well, fuck her.
I vaguely back in the recesses of my brain, I slightly recall.
And so I think that she wanted to make a rappy rap album, but she wanted to sabotage the release because she knew, or she felt like, I feel like she didn't believe in herself, just like Drake don't believe in himself. I feel like she didn't believe in herself in the sense that like if she made a rappy rap album, she thought people wouldn't accept it. So she wanted it to look like I was the reason why nobody listened to it. It wasn't because it was trash. It was because of all that stuff that I did. And they just aren't accepting me as a person.
I don't understand why all of a sudden she's pulling a Sweetie and putting together like, Happy Meals at Taco Bell and shit.
Oh no, she's been doing Taco Bell sponsorships since the beginning of her career. Like
really?
Since she popped off. Yeah, she actually did like when she used to be on TikTok. She wrote like a Taco Bell jingle with the pizza, the what's it called, the Crunch Wrap pizza or whatever.
Okay.
She did like she's been working with Taco Bell for years.
Okay.
The one I didn't get was the brisk.
Was the what?
Brisk iced tea.
Oh, why?
I didn't get that one because I was like, when do you be drinking brisk? I ain't never seen you drink brisk.
Why you gotta call her out like that, KeKe? Damn.
Shoot, I'm sure that Busta Rhymes drank Mountain Dew. I ain't never seen you drink brisk.
What is a piece of content that you're the most proud of?
A piece of content I'm the most proud of? Okay, the reason I'm gonna say this is because I feel like it's relevant.
Okay.
My What's the Dirt video.
Okay, talk about it. Tell the people.
So that video was supposed to be, you know, more of a cautionary tale of people, of, you know, guests that come in and then make mistakes. That was what the point of that video was, because he was getting dragged by every corner of the hip hop community, which it was deserved. It was very deserved.
Fully.
But, you know, I was actually trying to be nice at that time because I didn't know if he was like mentally ill or, right, you know, I don't know if there was something wrong with him. So I was like, you know what? This is like this was the second crash out, because first it was the company man and then it was deleted. I didn't even think about how this was an ongoing thing. But I was like, you know what, bro? If you really want to be accepted in this space, here's some tips, right? Boom, 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 boom. And then I don't think he watched that video, or if he did, he didn't absorb the information, because what's going on right now is looking like he is it was looking like I didn't know he was a crackhead. If I knew he was a crackhead, I would have gave him a different set of advice.
Okay, so for the context, explain to the people in your own words, who is What the Dirt and what is the ongoing crash out, pack out that has been happening to him since he came for pretty much Justin, I think, is what really kicked everything off.
So first, it all started with the Family Matters breakdown.
That's right. So What's the Dirt is a white YouTuber from Newfoundland.
I was hoping he was gonna go away this time after all this recent stuff started coming out, but then Meek Mill gave him a shout out, so now he's not going away. Okay, I missed him when he was in Diddy Pool. So first it was the Family Matters breakdown, where you said that he had paid $180 to go through Kendrick's lineage, family history. He said that Whitney had postpartum depression that led to her cheating on Kendrick with his friend. He said that Drake put 37 niggas, said nigga 37 times, so that he for every year that he's been black. That was the one that was like, bro, okay, I'm turning this video off because this is getting crazy. He was just like, the bars are surface level. Drake is even over explaining what he's telling you.
Right.
I ain't talking about that type of free. I'm talking about my nigga Dave. Like, bruh, he's telling you what he's saying. You don't got to go no deeper than exactly what he is saying, because you didn't go this hard for push-ups, and push-ups actually had some entendres in it. Company man came out, said very nicely, listen, bruh, this is weird.
Very nicely. Very nicely.
I feel like you were just a little overconfident. You're getting a little too cocky. I think you need to slow down. You know, I think you should really digest the criticism that you're getting. And then he had been interviewed previously, and he admitted that the company man was the creator of the space that he was currently in. And then he then turns around and it's like, oh, this guy is just talking about me for clout. So I'm about to drag this sucker, this white black man. Then he got fucked up by a company man. He posted an apology. Posted a little apology, then deleted the apology. Once he deleted the apology, I was like, okay, you're not getting no second chances, because his excuse was, I deleted the apology because I didn't want it to define me. I apologize, and everybody knows I apologize. But it's like, if you really meant it, though, you would just leave it there so that people can see it anytime that you
it's a reference.
Okay, it was a thing that you did.
You point to it all the damn time going forward.
You made a mistake.
Yep.
I apologize, and just let y'all know, I want y'all to know that I made this mistake and I learned from it. Boom, that's the evidence. Deleted the apology. I was like, okay, I'm not paying no more attention to this dude. No more. Then he started going around to black people for validation. Going in their live chat, sending them $2 Canadian for some attention. Like, they're telling, like, these guys want to talk so bad about me, but they hide their face and their voice and make fun of the way people look.
Right.
And then he got fucked up again. He tried to say that Deleted was white, and then he got fucked up by the white dude. And it was like, now this time it's coming out that he been a crackhead this whole time, and he was scamming weed growers so that he could buy crack or whatever the fuck wrong with him. If I knew that he was a crackhead, I would not have made that video.
Well, that's very compassionate of you.
Because it's like, basically what it seems like is he saw that hip hop was a growing space. He jumped in because he thought he could make a quick buck so that he could keep on buying crack. That's what it seemed like. He even admitted that he was running a Ponzi scheme with these weed growers. So yeah, if I knew that it was like, if he was just bipolar, he wasn't taking medication, that's a different thing. If he got a whole drug addiction, I don't know what to do with him. He got to kick rocks or smoke them.
What do you think are the most common misconceptions or things that have been demystified for you about being a YouTuber? Like, there's no ethics. Like, ethics are optional. You have to opt in every day to ethics. That's one thing I learned.
Yeah, I think that having like a sense of integrity is important for the long term. If you want a short term, you just want to grow your channel quickly, make a few bucks and then disappear. Yeah, you don't have to be, you can do whatever you want. You can steal people's content. You can steal people's breakdowns and pretend that you spent months researching it. If integrity don't matter to you, then you can make it in the short term, but I don't think it's gonna be a long-term deal. Secondly, I think that something else that's very important, at least to me, is like when you put your opinion out there, you gotta just stand by your opinion. I think that it's important for like you to be very secure in what you put out there. And then thirdly is you can't fight with everybody. Unless you can't fight with everybody. It's some people that you're gonna see say something and you're just gonna go like, some people gonna try to get a rise out of you on purpose. And some people you just have to ignore.
Do you think that like your decision to have this like this constant, or not constant, but I guess continuous group community experience of going outside of the bounds of what people think they like without actually having listened to something? You just said like you have to be willing to put your opinion out there and just be okay with it. Has YouTube, either being a YouTuber or being just a viewer, has it given you any like insight into just how quickly people are to just jump into the groupthink kind of dominant opinion versus having their own opinion about music and what they like and what they don't like? To me, it seems like on the one hand, music is like low risk of putting your opinion out there of I like this, right? That's what it is usually.
Some people
people saying I don't like this, they can just be, oh, you crazy, da 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 da. But if you say I like this and the people around you don't like it, or they don't like that artist, like that can be, especially depending on who the artist is, especially if you're a man, then the risk does become higher. But I have been really interested for me, it's really crystallized for me how quickly people are to just say, fuck what I actually think. I'm just going to represent what I know is safe.
Like you're talking about creators or viewers?
Creators. Viewers,
okay.
People in general.
As far as
however you want to take that, wherever you want to take that.
As far as creators, I definitely think that there are people that just go with the popular opinion. Like when I had made that J. Cole video.
Goody, we got around to it.
I did not think that video was gonna get as many people on it that were agreeing, because I was like, it almost seems like it's sort of like a sin to criticize like those types of rappers, like rappers that are even in the conscious realm.
Give people a synopsis of that J. Cole video that you're talking about.
So basically, I was just saying, I actually the title should have been J. Cole is not that woke or relatable, but it was J. Cole is not that conscious or woke. But it was basically mostly a criticism of not only the way that his fans like imprint him, like the vision that they create of him, but the fact that he puts that image on himself too. And it's like, good and well that image is not accurate. Like this image that he cares about the little people's issues. He cares about, he's so peaceful and I'm like, he's not peaceful, he's a fence sitter. That's not peace. Sitting on the fence does not create peace.
That's a bar right there. Sitting on the fence does not create peace. Oh my God. He don't read
books. And then like the shit that he did with No Name, where I had heard that song and I'm just like, y'all heard this song and y'all was like, yeah. I mean, he got dragged for that song and deservedly so, but it was just the fact that he was like, oh, if you spoke nicer, then people would be more in tune to like join your calls. I'm like, ugh. Why are you talking? Ugh, why are you trying to? Nah.
And so the reception to your video.
Whole man away.
So the reception to your video and the conversation that it sparked in the comment section was what?
It was a lot of people that were just like, yeah, I've been feeling like this for a long time, but I just didn't know how to word it, or like I've been telling my friends since high school that J. Cole is just not that interesting, or blah blah blah, and they've been saying like, no, you crazy, and it's like I didn't know that it was that many people that was not fucking with Cole like that. And I also want to clarify, because this is really really annoying. Me liking Kendrick has nothing to do with why I don't like Cole or Drake. That's like the
say it again for the people in the back.
Narrative. It's like that
one has nothing to do with the other.
Especially because in my Cole video, I did not say Kendrick one time. I didn't say like, oh, it's because Kendrick is so much better. Like Kendrick made Mother I Sober, but not Mother I Sober. Kendrick made Auntie Diaries, but Cole is transphobic. I could have said that, but I didn't, because the video had to do with Kendrick.
I get the same shit. And that just goes back to like, no, the issue is that you watching my video, you are already in a groupthink project. You already have a preference for one over the other. I am listening to music.
Like even my Some Sexy Songs for You review, one of the comments on there was just like, Kendrick fan ?
Right.
What does Kendrick have to do with this album? I don't think I said it to Kendrick one time. I don't feel like.
Right.
I'm just listening to his music and saying it's bad. That's all. I don't have to be a fan of nobody to say that. I don't have to even like music.
Right.
So
quiet as it's kept. What's your favorite song on his on the Party Next Door project?
my favorite song on there, I think the best song on there is Nokia.
Oh, that's
It's the
right.
one
But
with
no, okay, what's your second favorite song?
Pimmy's Dilemma.
Oh, okay.
They're
Is
not
it the
on it.
beat or is it?
They're not on the song.
Okay, then no, that doesn't count. Third?
Hold on, let me think about what was in the album. I'm gonna go with that little Empire of the Sun throwaway. Na,
Okay.
na, 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 na. It was like little acoustic guitar type shit. What was that? I forgot that. Die Trying. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go Die Trying.
Are you also in the Give Me a Hug is the worst song?
I don't think it's
or
the
do you
worst
have a
song on
different
the
one?
album.
Okay,
I don't think
go.
it's the worst song.
What do you think is the worst song?
You know, okay, listen, you gotta understand the album is 21 songs.
That's right, it is.
So I gotta like I have to
I remember, and you had to take a break, right? You had to take a break when you did your listen.
Okay, no, I do remember what the worst song was. It was Meet Your Padre. That was I listened to the album twice.
Okay.
Not only could I not finish it the first time I listened to the album, but I could not listen to it the second time I listened to it. So I think the song is like 4.5 minutes and he's speaking Spanish and shit. And I got to like 3 minutes. I was like, bruh, this song is still going. This is the longest song I ever heard. And then I had to skip it. Yeah, Meet Your Padre. That's definitely the worst song on the album for sure.
Chat, what do you all think for anybody who listened to it?
Did chat listen to it or they just watch people's reviews and say no?
Right. Dropping knowledge bombs. Thank you so much for the support.
Meet Your Padre gives me an embarrassment.
So was Yolanda Adams your first music memory?
I think so. Because if I'm thinking about where I lived at that time, I had to be like 4 or 5 years old. When did that song come out? Let me Google real quick. Give me like 30 seconds. Hold on. Open Your Heart. Or I think it was Open My Heart. It was Open My Heart. Yolanda Adams, release date. That song dropped 1999. Yeah, I would have been like 4 or 5 when that song came out. Yeah.
Who is the first rapper that really hit you in your feelings?
You know, I think it has to be Tupac. And it was Keep Your Head Up. Because that song, like even in the past, it felt like it had a nostalgic feeling. Because I would think that the first time I heard it was past 2000. So I guess technically it was like 90 sound. But it has like a very nostalgic, like you know, he rapping all soft and stuff. They say the black to the berry, the sweeter the juice. I say the darker the flesh, the deeper the roots. Give a holler to my sister's on welfare. Yeah, I love that song.
It hit like that when it came out.
I wasn't alive.
I know. I'm telling you, I'm old.
I actually was born like 2 months after he died.
Yeah, because you're the same age just about as one of my children. So yeah, maybe a couple years difference, maybe 2 years difference. But yeah. But I remember when it came out and it felt that, I mean, that's when rap was in the pocket for samples. And I think Kendrick is probably the best to do it since, of creating music that has nostalgia infused into it based on using samples from a different generation. Invokes something else.
This gonna sound crazy, but I would actually think it's like Lil B.
Say that again.
I would actually say it's probably Lil B.
What do you mean?
Lil B.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Child.
Anything produced by Clams Casino, really, but like Lil B was like the first big artist that he, or I don't know if big, but that was like the first artist that he worked with that was notable. Clamps Casino. If you ever listen to ASAP Rocky's first mixtape or his first album, like that sound, that cloud rap sound. Yeah.
Interesting. So when you were young, what was your when do you think it was that you how old would you say you were when you heard that and it clicked for you that that's what it was?
Okay, when Sunday's Best come out? You know Sunday's Best?
Uh-huh.
Let me see when that show was out. Sunday's Best BET. That was it was 10 seasons.
Jesus is in season every Sunday, child. It was BET, of course.
This had to be around like 2010-ish, maybe 2011.
Wow,
that I
that's
heard
so
this.
crazy.
2010, 2011, I think. Because I was like, I think I was probably like in freshman year of high school.
Who else were
So
you
I
listening
had to be like
to?
13, 14 years old.
Who
13.
Who else were you listening to?
When in high school, or just like, I mean, I wasn't listening to Yolanda in high school.
I'm talking about Tupac.
What?
I'm talking about Tupac. When you said keep your head up, I was asking you, how old were you?
Oh.
When you really understood who that was, what that was, who else were you listening to around that time?
I had to be like okay, so this was back when we had a CD player. It was one of those portable ones. So that had to be like 2000.
I still have one of those. You just never know when you might need it.
We moved a lot as kids, and it seemed like every time we moved, we lost like not everything, but we lost a lot of stuff. And I don't know, maybe it was because it's hard to move 3 kids and all their stuff, or things just get lost in the process when you like doing spring cleaning when you're moving out. But we will lose a lot of stuff. So at that time, it had to be like 2004, 2005. So Get Rich or Die Trying. My brother loved that CD. He wore that shit out. And then the next year, oh no, that was 2003. The next year, 2004, College Dropout came out. My brother spun it a few times, and he gave it to me. And then he went back to listen to Get Rich or Die Trying.
What's the order of you and your siblings? My
brother is the oldest.
Okay.
My sister is in the middle, and then I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest child. But
I also have so you had the benefit of older sibling music.
But then when I but then when I turned 17, I had a little sister.
Okay.
Like as in like as my stepsister, but that's my little sister now, you know?
Yeah.
So in the grander family, I am technically one of the middle children.
Right.
But the way that I grew up for the most part, I'm the youngest in my family. So yeah, I had like, that's why like, even though I'm technically on the border of millennial and Gen Z, I consider myself more of a millennial because I was growing up with the stuff that my siblings grew up with.
Do you think that's also why you like synth pop?
Well, for what?
Because that feels like something that is distinct to your generation that had a moment. It feels like it feels like it had a resurgence moment for your generation.
In like the late 2000s, early 2010s?
Yes.
I think that I really got into synth pop through like Stan Twitter. And I mean, I was on the original Stan Twitter. Stan Twitter today, I don't know what's going on. I'm not part of that. I don't even go on Twitter no more.
Ciao.
But I was on the original Stan Twitter that was sort of linked with like the Tumblr era. So it was like Lady Gaga, Nicki Minaj, Katy Perry, Britney Spears, Lana Del Rey, Marina Diamonds, like original Stan Twitter shit. And I feel like I found a lot of music through Twitter, because every time we touch, I get the feeling. But my favorite synth pop group, I want to say, is actually Empire of the Sun.
Really?
Yeah, I love Empire of the Sun. It's an Australian duo.
Okay. How long have they been around?
They've been around for the first time I ever heard from them was, I want to say, in like 2010. They had an album that was called Walking on a Dream. They've been around since 2007.
Okay.
Yeah. And they actually had like an 8-year hiatus, and they dropped an album like mid last year that I feel like, why did nobody recommend this to me? As in, like, all the stuff I go on, like, y'all know I'd be listening to their music. Y'all didn't tell me for 9 months that they dropped the album last year. It is so good.
When was the first time, or when, what was the first woman rapper whose album you listened to beginning to end? Do you remember?
Pink Friday.
Okay.
I'm not even going. Yeah, it was Pink Friday. It was Pink Friday for sure.
And what were your thoughts?
I loved it. I was a Nicki fan. I was a. That's not her.
I love it when people start pulling out evidence.
I was a Barb.
Wow.
This one has a CD in it that I watched all the time. I had it when I had a PS4. I will watch the CD all the time.
So what is better, her albums or her features?
Oh, her album, her features? Her features. I feel like she has the same problem that J. Cole does.
Talk about it.
I don't know why this is, but, well, no, I can guess why it is. It's like they put more into a feature than they do in their personal work. And I don't know if it's because, like, on a feature, I can be more experimental because it's not my song. And then on their personal work, they feel like they have to box themselves into something. But it's like, I feel like, because overall, Nicki has not rapped better on any album than she has on her mixtapes. Y'all argue with your mama? That's just
I could not agree with you more.
Okay?
I honestly couldn't agree with you more.
At the market, give that bitch a quarter in a car, tell her park it, okay? I had all 3 of her mixtapes. I love Nicki, but she has, and it's because when she started making her albums, she pivoted so heavy pop. Like, it seemed like 50 to 70% of Pink Friday is like pop songs. So, and then when she really, really tried to do the rappy rap thing, go back to her roots with Queen. Not only did she fuck the rollout up by beefing with Cardi B, not Playboy Cardi.
Right. Thank you for the clarification.
But not only did she fuck up the rollout by beefing with Cardi, but the album just was kind of not cohesive. So mixtape Nicki is ultimately the queen of all Nicki eras, in my opinion.
Do you see her ever dropping something that really has staying power?
No. Like, from this point on?
Yeah.
No. I think that she still has it in her to drop good verses, but like putting together like a cohesive project, I can't imagine her like that ass Nicki is just Azealia Banks if she was successful.
Say more about that.
Like, they're both hella messy. All they do is talk shit about people. If Nicki had no money, like, that would be her full-time job. It's just talking shit on the internet. Like Azealia Banks. Because she has no money, so she don't got nothing better to do. So it's like, and I actually have, like, they deep down in the box, so I'm not gonna dig for those. But I had a bunch of Burn CDs. and one of those CDs was Fantasy. One of those CDs was Fantasy, which was Azealia Banks mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
I was fucking with her too.
Yeah,
but I don't know
she
what
she came out. She started out with a lot of potential.
I thought she was gonna be next up, and then
Yeah.
she fucked herself up.
Yeah.
So
What?
Nicki was just smart enough to keep it together enough for her
Barely,
to
but yeah.
yeah to,
But yeah.
to you know get to the space that she needed to be in so that
Right.
she could be her
Right.
full
She
personality.
did get further down the road before she completely
yeah,
very
but
true.
Azealia crashed out too quick. So now she's
Facts.
relegated to being nothing but internet troll. That's her full-time job now. Now she's trolling Doja, calling her ugly and black, and I'm like, bitch, you dark skinned too. You can't be calling a dark skinned girl ugly because she dark skinned when you dark skinned.
I don't understand it. I really don't understand it.
Because she hate her.
I mean, I get that part. I mean, I guess I do. I guess I do understand it. Because the reality is, if Doechii crashed out right now, like in some fantastical swastika type shit, grand opening, grand closing, and then kept it up, kept doing every day, it's too early.
Yeah,
a lot of these girls, when they land and people are like, oh shit, it's shiny, sounds great, looks pretty, they're like, oh, I'm an icon. No, bitch, you just got here. You haven't put in 10,000 hours. You have to walk a very careful line. And if you fuck it up, you will be right back out trying to break your way back in, and people will not let you in. Doechii's just built differently. But the point is that you can fuck it up yourself by getting it twisted exactly where it is that you are in the scheme of things.
Because, like, somebody, when I was talking about I would love to see Doja and Doechii go at it, I was like, but it can't happen right now because, you know, Doechii's so early in her career. And somebody was like, yeah, but Kendrick dropped Control early in his career. And I'm like, it's not the same. Men can do whatever the fuck they want. 50 Cent came out on How to Rob. You know what I'm saying? Like, men can do that kind of shit to get attention. Women do that, they get kicked out. So she can't be coming in on some, like, I'm gonna start dissing everybody shit. It's not gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
You can't come in being catty because it looks different when women do it. So she gotta wait till she established, and then, you know, hopefully, you know, maybe that will happen one day. I hope so.
Oh God, I know you do. What are your top 5 women in hip hop today, right now, as you answered this question?
Like, right, like in hip hop right now, or just like overall, like, or
like
right now?
No, I mean, like, you know, I'm not gonna say like, you know, your 5 of all time ever for life. You're married to it. Like, just the top 5 as you see it, as you answer this question right now, whether they were old heads, new heads, doesn't matter.
Okay. Lauren, Nicki, Missy, Queen Latifah, Left Eye.
Excellent. Do you know who Nell Grant is?
No.
I have been remiss not to mention her. I was realizing this the other day because I follow her on social media. And she dropped another project, but she was the main producer for Toby Nwigwe. She is a monster on the mic. I mean, absolutely incredible. So I'm going to put her in as one of my top 5 right now because I think she is so fucking good. And she puts in that work.
What did you say her name was? No, what?
Nell Grant.
Okay.
Linnell Grant.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Linnell Grant. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I find it and drop something from the chat.
Look at that. I see her. I love that hat.
She is so fucking Fire.
But
Truly
yeah,
incredible.
I'm not. My top fives or whatever, blah blah blah. They changing all the time. I don't feel like it should
Yes.
be a static
That's why
thing.
I'm like, today, right now, as I answer this question, it's Lauren, Nell Grant, Missy is just an always. Queen Latifah will always be one for me. I want to say Beyonce, but I feel like people are going to have a heart attack.
You're rapper. She's as much of a rapper as Charlie XCX is a rapper.
Okay, well, anyway, moving on.
I like Beyonce though. She's a multi-talented diva.
She is. Bitch got bars. But you're right though. And Foxy Brown. I was thinking about that earlier. Foxy Brown was an integral part of my younger years. For sure. She did the damn thing consistently.
The one from the blaxploitation films, or the singer, or the rapper. I mean, okay, the rapper.
Yeah.
Okay, I like Pam Grier.
Pam Grier's.
Is she still alive?
Yeah, and she is a super nice fucking person, by the way.
No.
Okay, let me look at my questions. Oh, good. Here's a good one.
You know what she is? I could have sworn I seen her something recently.
Who?
Pam Grier.
That you said that you what?
I said I could have sworn I seen her in something recently. No, that was years ago. Never mind. But she was in some. She'd still be in stuff every once in a while. Shout out to Pam Grier.
So okay, you have said that you don't watch movies.
No, not really.
Can I ask you why? Is it just not your medium?
It's just not my medium. I don't really watch TV anymore either. Like, I love anime, but as far as like stuff with humans, that's like real people. I don't know. I'm just not into it, I guess.
I get that. I didn't watch TV for like a decade. No TV shows, no series, because I was just like, people. I'm good.
There was a period of time where like all I watched was Law and Order for like 2 years. Like all I watched was Law and Order SVU. I love detective shows.
What's your favorite detective show?
Detective Conan.
What is that?
It's an anime. It's an anime that's been going on for as long as I've been born.
Really?
Yeah. Detective Conan.
Oh, okay.
It was called Case Closed in America. And
okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But they got like 30 seasons.
Yes. Now, yes, that's familiar.
I've watched almost every episode. I skip all of the police love story arc episodes because I don't care about the police falling in love. I just want to see the little tiny boy solve cases, okay? I don't care about these dumbass police officers. And there's like 200 of those episodes of just like the police station love story arc. I'm like, skip.
Yeah, I feel that. So you did a listening session, I think a couple nights of it, where you were listening to music or rappers and their music who should be left in 2024.
There were 2 people that got like 100. Like, so what we would do, we would listen to some of their songs, and then I would let the chat vote on whether or not we should leave them behind. And there were 2 people that got 100% for yes.
Who was that?
Kanye and Drake.
Well,
everybody else had like at least one person that was like, no, we should let them come.
Who were the other? Because my thing is, you didn't just have a conversation. You actually listened to horrible music.
Yeah, we would listen to music. It was Corday, We listen to him. He got us struck. He got us strict down. So fuck Corday and his music. Cardi B, she got us strict down too. Fuck her and her music too. Doja Cat, she got us strict down. Fuck her and her music. Lil Wayne, he didn't get a strict down, but I feel like people starting to come to terms with the fact that Lil Wayne don't really be talking about nothing in his music. Who else we listen to? Oh, Ice Spice, totally forgot about her. She barely even exists in my brain.
I know that's right. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think she
really Timu Orphan Annie gets on my fucking nerves.
She really trying to, like, her, King Harris and Adonis Graham all look alike.
I don't think anybody has made me more irritated since the white girl from Australia.
Oh, Iggy?
Yeah.
And she had took that Kendrick freestyle and then rapped it on stage, but it was so incoherent that people could not tell that that's what she was rapping. It took like 2 years for somebody to come out and be like, that's Kendrick's Prepare for Detox. Nobody knew what she was saying. Yeah, now they like a runaway train. And it took like 2 years for somebody to be like, that's Kendrick's freestyle, bruh.
Oh my god. Okay, so if you could erase one song from hip hop or from rap history, what would it be? The chat is killing me.
If I'm about to erase one song, it's going to be a song that started somebody's career. So I'm gonna pick a person, and I'm gonna say this person's career I don't want them to have ever started. I'm gonna pick who do I want to Thanos snap off the face of the planet out of hip hop, or at least change the course of their career. You know, if that song didn't pop off, maybe they would change direction.
KeKe said, "Let Adolf go to art school. It's fine."
Okay, hold on. Let me think.
Chat, y'all go ahead and you got it, but you gotta come with the song. What's the song that made them pop that you would for yourself?
I would do. Oh, that's a good one. White Iverson by Post Malone. Oh, that's a good one. White Iverson by Post Malone. Shout out to Hot Skull. Shout out to Hot Skull, bruh. Get out of here, bruh.
Yeah.
Because I remember when that song came out, I was living with my brother, and we was sitting on his balcony, and he had he was like, we was high, we was smoking weed, and he was like, yo, you ever seen this song before? It's this white dude with braids, and his voice is so good. And then he played me that song. Like, when you high, that song sounds so good. And we was like, damn. And then we thought he was gonna be a one-hit wonder. But he really blew up. He ran through rap music. I wish that he would have just stayed in the rock space.
Yeah.
I think he would have blown up in rock if he kept on trying. Yeah. But it's just, I've heard like multiple people dead ass saying, specifically white rappers, dead ass say that they hopped on rap because it was popular.
Yes.
And they was trying to get something else. Lil Dicky, he said, I wanted to be a comedian, and I felt like rap was a good avenue for me to be a comedian. Post Malone said, I wanted to be a rock star, but nobody cared about my music, so I became a rapper.
Air him out, KeKe. Air him out.
So it's like, shit, even Lil Mabu, I don't even know what his existence is supposed to be. He went to college. He got a millionaire daddy. And he go into the hood
He's just
paying
bored playing games
to wear a shiesty and have the mic in the middle of the hood for some reason, floating in the air, rapping with them. And it's really rappers that co-sign him for some reason.
mm-hmm.
Fivio
because
Foreign,
his daddy's a millionaire.
I mean, I get it, but it's like, come on, y'all don't got no integrity. I know y'all YNs and y'all just trying to get this money, but it's like, come on, we gotta have some integrity as a community. You saw Post Malone wasn't real.
What do you think? What do you think the role of white people is in the culture?
To make money off of them. Hip hop is cool. They're the ones with the most capital. We make it cool. We sell it to them. We make money off of it. That's cool. Okay, no, but for real. I think that anybody can be a part of, of anything as long as they're a respectful guest. Like at the end of the day, like a lot of people, they don't come from it. They are literally people that grew up in the suburbs and thought that it was cool. Like, I don't know how it's really what people that be on the internet that think that living in the hood is cool because they see it on a music video and they see these dudes waving guns around. They like, that looks so fun compared to this boring suburban life. But it's like, that dude is doing that so that he can be where you at. He's selling it to you so that he can be where you at. And you think that that's where you want to be.
I agree. I had no notes. I thought it was perfect. I think both answers are great. Just quiet as kept. Both answers are great. But this is exactly why KeKe is here, because KeKe is just going to say the thing. And that's what we do here. We say the fucking thing. And I think that somebody, let me get into the, if you are a member of my channel, on Patreon or YouTube, you have access to the Discord. If you're not a member, you don't yet. You'll have to wait some time for that to happen. But we're having a good old time. But hold on, because somebody posted something. They wanted me to ask you. Are you ready for this?
Somebody posted specifically a question for me.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready to be the representative of all Black people?
That is not my goal in life. That's not what I'm born to do.
No. It's okay. It's gonna be both of us. We'll tackle it together. But I was like, first of all, thank you for the question, chat. But also, like, damn, why you gotta wait until the queer people are on screen to ask like the deep intellectual fucking questions? Okay.
I might fuck this one up.
Okay. Do you think this is a multi-part question? Oh, do you think the concept of Black excellence is rooted in the white gaze?
Yes.
The idea that Black success is often measured through a lens of white validation, respectability, or productivity.
Yes.
You think that Black excellence is rooted in the white gaze? The concept of it. Okay, talk about it.
I feel like the concept of what is excellent in this country is not bred from our own ideas of what we think is excellent, but it's born from like, what are white people doing and what is their measure of success and how can we apply that to us? And it's like, it's so many different types of us. And I feel like there's so many different ideas of what success is and could be. But that idea of like, you want to be that person that wears a suit and is sitting at a table with the white folks, or you want to be one with the college degree, like that's what that's Black excellence. I mean, I feel like all of us sort of have like somebody in our family that embodies that idea of Black excellence. Like, I can think of somebody in my head right now.
Me too.
When I was
what up, cousin? How you doing, girl?
When I was in the military, and I had got promoted to specialist. It's like the rank right before you hit, or I got specialist promotable. And then I had a great aunt, who got all the way up to first sergeant before she got out and retired. And she was like, saving my stripes for you. I was like, oh hell no. Nah. Like, I was like, she's like always very well put together. She put her son through college. He went on his football scholarship. I mean, like, she has a very particular idea of what success is. And I love her, by the way. Shout out she probably not gonna see this ever, but shout out to her. Love her. But it's just like the idea that, like, and when people say, oh yeah, she's the most successful out of all of us, out of the siblings. And it's like, but some of y'all retired too. Just because y'all didn't do that doesn't mean that y'all not successful too.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that idea, like that, in a sense, Black excellence is, how close can you get to the white people? Can you get to the table with white people? It's like, I don't know. I don't really like that very much. I feel like we all have we gotta be. It's so many ways that success can be reached that white people might not see as successful, but we try to go the American dream path, and that's Black excellence. And that shit don't exist, by the way. It's a dream because you got to be asleep to believe it.
Well, I would say that for me, this is my answer to the question. I don't believe in the concept of Black excellence. I believe Blackness is excellence. I believe Blackness is actually the standard of excellence. No matter what your circumstance is, your default setting is excellence. It doesn't matter what you're doing in the world, what you're producing your default setting is excellence. And it's kind of like when Kendrick says, know you a god, even if they say you ain't. Even if you don't behave that way, even if you don't produce in that way, that is the default setting of who you are. So for me, all Blackness is excellence. And for as many Black people as there are in the world, that is as many ways as there are to be Black.
I say the same thing to every Black biracial person that can't get comfortable with themselves. I'm like, you got to stop thinking, like, just because, maybe you didn't grow up around Black people, to them white people, they never gonna see you as white. You are always gonna be Black, because just because you don't feel like you're doing Black right, don't mean that you're like, you are just by being Black.
That's it. And that was my experience, because like you said, if you grow up in a predominantly white space and are yourself multiracial or biracial, you go one of two different directions. And, I've had people literally ask the people that raised me, like, please explain the difference between your daughter and your other children. And their answer was, our daughter consciously chose to go exist in different colored spaces than what we raised our children to be in, which was their very polite way of saying, I bounced and went to Black people. I bounced and went to Indigenous people. I'm also adopted, so I had another level of square peg, round hole, don't fit, this isn't right kind of thing going on. But yes, I made a conscious choice because I was mercilessly bullied in this predominantly white space. I was misidentified all the time, which really irritated the shit out of me. And so I really had to and then when I left that and went to, predominantly Black public alternative high school, And really like flipped my circumstance from one day to the next and started living a completely different existence. I then had to, as you said, be comfortable in myself. And I've talked about this on the channel many, many times. I had to navigate through and find my routine of my Blackness. And thankfully, I was lucky in that the people that raised me did not raise their children to think that they were biracial. It's you're Black, period. End of story. So that was helpful. But nevertheless, my siblings still ran for the proximity of whiteness and a level of Black excellence that really made them, well, they both married white women who didn't know that they were Black until they brought them home for dinner. Literally had a white girl say to my face, "I thought your brother was Mexican." No. No, he's not. You know, so very different decisions and very different experiences. And so I lived a childhood of being the excellent one because we were the only ones in our school. So I was the only Black girl. We integrated our school. We were the only Black family in the church, and I could sing, you know. So it was like I was the Black excellence one and taught to everybody else. And by 14, 15, I was like, this does not work for me. I don't know why necessarily, but I know that it's a lie. Yeah. I don't think the other siblings have figured that out yet.
I feel like 75% of the time they choose whatever their mama is.
And their mom was Black.
I don't know why. Like
I'm adopted. So their mom was Black. So it was very interesting to see that that they didn't. That was really interesting to see that they didn't do that. And it was like, I chose to walk in different colored spaces and have different experiences. And like I said, I was adopted. So I was raised by Black mother, white father. I didn't instantly go like, oh, I need to go be with a white man. Like it was still very clear to me. And it's not like my parents said one way or the other, do this, do that. But I didn't, even though predominantly coming into my teen years, that was the only thing that was around me. It was like, well, I'm going to have to find some Black people. I'm going to have to find some other colored people because this doesn't feel like something I want to be intimate with in any way, shape, or form. And I don't even mean sexually because I was a kid. I just mean personally.
Like evolve in those spaces.
Exactly. And so when I look at somebody like J. Cole or Drake, I'm like, oh yeah. I recognize that because I know people who have come up with that complex and now behave in that way. And one of the things that they have in common is they are not rooted in their Blackness. And if you ask them what they are, definitely at least one of them will say, I'm biracial. And even that is shocking to me because it's like, no, you were raised Black because you're Black. But everybody has their own process. But yeah, that's my take on the question. Appreciate it very much, chat. If you have any other questions, let us know. Aliens come to Earth, KeKe.
Wait, okay, you have to read what's the whole question?
I know. It's okay. If aliens came to your door tomorrow, ding dong, and you had to use hip hop music to introduce them to the culture on the planet or us as a people, what 3 songs do you want them to hear? And what 3 artists, they don't have to be related to the 3 songs, do you want them to actually meet and have some, communication with?
Okay. So I would want them to hear some songs that give them the impression that we are not worth invading. So I would give them something like Jump Out the House by Playboi Carti. I would give them something like Fart by Ice Spice. Yeah, she has a song called Fart.
I know. I was just thinking, no, but this was like my Drake answer where I'm like, give them another option. Don't give them the excellent option. Give them another option.
And then maybe something like something's gonna move their feet. So like Lip Gloss by Lil Mama.
Damn.
Cause I mean you hear boom, 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 boom.
Okay, but why would you think that they were invading?
Oh, you know what? I will play them some of them songs from Scaring the Hoes for sure.
What? Why would you think they were invading? What if they're just stopping by? What if they're just stopping by? They want an honest.
Speak the same language.
They have an honest. They
want to talk to us about.
They want to have an honest cultural exchange. You're gonna play them Fart by Ice Spice? What the fuck? But you gotta balance between don't invade us with don't annihilate us. There's something worth preserving. You might not want to.
Yeah, that's why I give them Lip Gloss by Lil Mama. What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know? I said my lip gloss is cool. My lip gloss is popping. They're gonna be like, ooh, y'all be making so good. You know what? I'm gonna leave y'all alone. I like that one. Let's take that beat for our own music. Boom.
Oh God. Okay. What 3 artists should they sit down and commune with?
I'm gonna give them people that speak their language. So I'm gonna give them Lil Wayne.
Okay. Sorry. I know it's a serious answer. I didn't expect that. Speak. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna get them.
That makes me nervous. I'm just gonna say that one makes me nervous. Lil Wayne as the ambassador makes me nervous. But go ahead.
Definitely giving them Cardi.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give them Nicki.
Okay.
She gonna be the most sober connection out of those 3. But you got to get in the crackheads.
Do you think that Nicki is gonna be more sober than Cardi?
Yes. Playboi Carti?
Oh, Playboi Carti.
Oh, you thought it Cardi B? Cardi B ain't going nowhere. I'm not sending her to nobody.
Okay, just checking. I'm
not sending her to nobody.
Chat, I'm dying inside. Okay. Oh God, my soul is screaming. Shh, Princy, stop it. I'm fine. Go away. Oh God.
No, I hear the little puppy. See, I gave my dog a bone right before the stream started.
You know what? That's what Princy's like.
Because she typically eat at around 6.
Yeah,
but I knew I was gonna be on here.
Don't find my snackies. I don't care what you're doing, who you're talking to that stupid ass screen again. He's already over there in the little snacky spot.
She got herself a little bone.
There you go. Say that again.
I said I gave my dog a little, but her birthday tomorrow.
Aw.
Yeah, she's turning 2.
We haven't seen her yet.
Oh, I think I showed. Well, because she don't like coming in this room.
Oh.
And I don't know why, but I do have a picture of her. She a pit bull. She's a bully pit.
How old is she?
She's about to be 2 tomorrow.
Aww.
This is my little puppy.
Oh, that is a cutie. That is a cutie.
This is her long, so you know when she long.
What's her name?
Her name is Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray. Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she was supposed to have blue eyes. They trying to trick me on that one. She did have blue eyes and they turned brown. Cute little girl.
Well, let's talk about your Drake UMG lawsuit theory.
Okay, check it. Okay. I'm not gonna be diagnosing Drake with no medical condition, okay? Okay, I will just say that he has narcissistic traits.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna say he has NPD.
Okay.
I'll say he has narcissistic traits.
Yeah, I agreed. Yes.
Everything that he does in some way is supposed to support his image, right? Try to make him put him in the best light. This lawsuit makes no sense if you just look at it like, bruh, there's nothing about this making you look good. But there's something interesting. I'm in danger. I'm in danger. People shot at my house. People put pedophile posters of me up in Toronto. People try to sneak in and yelled racial slurs at me. I'm in danger. I can't stay here, and it's this song's fault. Even if this lawsuit nothing happens with this lawsuit, which I'm gonna predict that will probably happen. I don't know. I ain't no lawyer. I'm not UMG. I'm not a judge. If he had to sell the embassy because he was going broke.
I've talked about this. Go ahead. Yeah, I've talked about this.
Then he would be like, no, I'm not. I was in danger.
Yep.
I had to.
I said that, yeah. Definitely.
And then the second thing was, when I'm not having fun with it, I'll be done with it. That's a Drake lyric. That's a Drake lyric.
Which perfectly describes him in general.
I think that the fun of it came from being on top. So
what do you mean? Say more about that.
So even if his numbers were declining over the years,
mm-hmm.
his numbers were still bigger than everybody else's numbers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The fun of it came from the impression that he was better than everybody else because he had so many numbers.
Mm-hmm.
When he finally saw that somebody beat him, it's not fun anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think that he wanted to go out on top, but he never saw a ceiling until he hit the ceiling and then fell off the ladder. So now it's like, okay, I can't leave because I'm not on top. So I have to give an excuse for
typical gambling shit. Typical gambling shit. Typical gambling shit. Cook it, KeKe.
I can't just like leave now because then I'm going out sad.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm gonna go out sad, I have to make it look like it wasn't because people don't like me anymore. It's because I was sabotaged. So if you just look at it like real surface level, it's like, bruh's just doing this for no reason.
I agree with this because here's the thing. And I think I agree with you in every way possible. He's trying. Stop it, Princy. Dear God. In every way possible, he is trying to repair the cracked veneer. And we've talked about this before. Like, if Drake was worth over $400 million for a new contract and he wasn't getting that from UMG, then his ass would just go somewhere else and get that money. But he's inherently not worth that. So he can't go anywhere else and get it. He's not going to get it from UMG. So now he has to have a messy divorce. He has to make it look like something that it's not in order to get close to the to the at least the monetary thing that he wanted by any means necessary. And if he's not leaving on top, then he's leaving as a victim or a validated victim by the court if by some miracle, this case goes somewhere. But I agree, it is a complete puppet show.
Yeah, I don't think it's just what people are looking at.
And it just provided the perfect opportunity, as you pointed out, to get rid of the embassy. Because I said this as well, the only thing he cares about is appearances, and he would care if people are saying he's selling the embassy because he's broke. He is. He's selling the embassy because he ain't got no money. He don't. And this is the perfect cover for it. I don't think it is the reason he filed the lawsuit. I think he just realized, oh shit, this is the perfect opportunity to justify getting rid of this house. And it's not because I'm broke.
Downsizing the staff, because
it's not because I'm broke and
it's probably a staff member in all of them.
Fucking empty as shit, and nobody lives here with me any goddamn way, including my kid or his mother. This is a perfect cover to get rid of the house.
And he already got a little ranch next to Rap-A-Lot, next to Jay Prince. He got his little mob ties over there, all cute and stuff.
Yep.
So now he can be like, I need to go somewhere where I'm gonna be safe.
Right next to the border patrol.
Mob ties and my black father. Okay, that's where we're gonna go. Sorry, Mom, we're leaving you in Toronto.
Oh God, I forgot about her.
Mama gotta stay in Toronto.
Please do. Because that relationship needs some distance in it. Like geographical distance. Good God Almighty.
His mama FaceTiming him while he was on stream having a mental breakdown.
I just don't.
Talking about some, you're the best, baby. You're gonna be okay. Keep going. Sending him messages of loving encouragement. I'm like, bruh.
I used to think that my parents were really terrible for not telling their kids before they fucked up that they were fucking up. But then I became a parent that also, for the most part, minded her damn business when it comes to her kids' lives. Like, I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm not trying to be all up in your shit. I could not imagine going on social media to yell at people because they said something about my rapper child.
I think when the mistakes are inconsequential in the grand scheme, they gotta have them, Yeah. But I'm not a parent, but I would think that deciding which mistakes to interfere with and which ones to let them make can be a fine line sometimes. Like some of them seem obvious. Sure. Some of them seem like, okay, yeah, just go ahead and do that. I'm gonna just let them. They gonna have to learn.
Yeah, from that for experience. Sure. But there's definitely a lot of I don't fucking think so. The answer is no.
Yeah.
But the answer is no. But there's still I'm not trying to control you. I'm not trying to be all up in your shit. That's just a no. It's either inappropriate, too young, not safe, whatever the circumstance is. And you just dead that there. That's called creating boundaries for your children. And we know Miss Tuna Bagel has never created a boundary for her child because she would have never introduced him to tuna bagels because that's nasty.
He was real sad about it too. He said, I just really wanted tuna on a bagel. He said, I got chicken salad. I'll just make you a chicken salad on a bagel. He said, I'm like, aw. And I wasn't saying all to him. I was saying all to his mom because it's like, man, she really trying to. And he just acted so spoiled. That made me look back on my own childhood and was like, was there times when my mom was really trying to do something for me she didn't have to do? And I was like, well, that's not the way I wanted it. And it made me sad as a child. Like, like, man, I should call my mom and apologize for that thing I did when I was 8 years old.
I feel that.
When she said we're gonna make broccoli, and I said, well, I want green beans, and she said, okay, we'll have green beans. I mean, I should apologize for that.
You should. Broccoli is more expensive than green beans. Shit. All right. Well, let's talk about Tory Lanez.
He making music.
He is.
He's about to drop a project.
He is.
I believe that he dissed some members of CD.
Of course he did. Are you serious? So how do you record?
You know, that's a great question. I don't know.
Is it a smuggled phone?
I actually
or is it that 3-minute call you get? Are you just trying to get that bar in quickly before?
I think that it's okay. I don't know if you set it up with the jail, like a time for you to like do that. Cause like, for instance, Young Thug recorded Business is Business in jail. I'm pretty sure. I think Lil Wayne recorded album in jail. He will record music in jail all the time. I don't know how that go down. I do not know how that go down. I don't think it's the phone call. Well, you know what? Snoop Dogg recorded one of his songs with Dr. Dre in jail.
There have definitely been some phone call raps.
And he did it over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like in the modern day, I feel like it's not the phone. Because another thing is he had his cover was a picture of him in the cell.
Right.
Like shirtless with his draw sagging. So I don't know if he's smuggling phones. I don't know how they record. I don't even know how people smuggle phones.
I just want to be clear that there's no recording studio in the prison.
But like, okay, maybe it's like a what they call them things, a consolation, a communation, a communion. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm saying every word but the word. You know what word I'm trying to say?
Yes. Oh God.
What is it called? Chad, what is y'all know what I'm thinking of? A convalescent, a cortisone.
No, it's
a
called
cornucopia.
No, you're talking about the type
conjugal.
of visitation.
Thank you to the only person
you're
that took
talking about the conjugal visit.
Yes, maybe it's like, okay, I'm not saying it. Okay, first of all, conjugal visits are not just sex. Okay?
I know.
Maybe it's like set up like a conjugal visit, except it's with the people that make the music. So it's like yo producer or whatever.
Maybe he's doing it when he's doing it during meetings with lawyers.
Oh wow. His lawyers really gonna sit up there and let him just be singing? I guess that's possible.
They could bring in a professional grade recorder and have that totally be justified coming in. Lawyers carry recorders.
And they also got the music too.
Sure. That's just on
like
your phone. Yeah.
I guess so.
Here's some earbuds. Here's the beat. Here's the mic.
Wow, them some dope ass lawyers then. I mean, well, Young Thug lawyer was a real one, so maybe he really did let him record it in the I don't know about Tory lawyers.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I'm thinking the conjugal visit theory that's what I'm gonna go with. I think he probably set it up like at the conjugal visit. You know, you go in the room with like the couch and the TV, and it's like, all right, bro, you got the laptop, you got the microphone.
This is an elite comment. Okay. That was great. Thank you so much for that.
It's probably like they get a time to be able to do it. You know, especially if that's how they make money and they have to pay somebody.
Yep.
Like for instance, there was somebody who was allowed to sell a documentary about a child they killed because they had to pay the parents back.
Oh.
So they were selling the story to make, and the judge allowed it so that they could make money to pay the parents back.
Yeah.
Or like even with OJ, If I Did It, he sold the rights to that book to the Simpsons, to Nicole Brown Simpson's parents, so that because they were like, we don't want you to print this book, and then he was like, but I gotta pay them money because I lost civil case. And so they said, how about you give us the rights to the book and then we print the book. And they had the cover and it said, I did it. But it said if super little. So it was like, it's stuff like that. So maybe they let him do it because he probably owe people money. And that's how he got to make his money.
He got to stay relevant in some kind of way. And of course, a nigga in prison for shooting a woman all of a sudden has something to say about TDE. What a thirsty biscuit head.
He got caught on the phone. Whoever recorded this phone call, I don't know if this is his homie or something like that. This dude,
you mean besides the feds? Because
no, it was his homie.
Oh, okay.
This dude do not fuck with him because this phone call was kind of embarrassing. He was on the phone talking about like Drake and Party is releasing their best work right now. I can do it from jail, homie. You don't believe in me? And he like, bruh, listen, like, I'm just saying that. And he was like, you don't think that I can release my best music from jail? If I would have did way better against Kendrick. I wish I would have went against Kendrick. And he was saying that on a phone call. His homie was recording like with his eye, like it was on the phone. You know, it wasn't like no police.
Right.
Yeah, it was just like he was just recording it with his phone. So I was like, this dude do not love you, bro. Whoever this is, you gotta stop talking to him because he clearly don't fuck with you. Because that's embarrassing. And I think that was kind of his inspiration for throwing some sneak.
You don't know who some of these lawyers are, bro, that are working with Tory Lanez. I done a deep dive, and they for damn sure are on some fuckery, so they would be with this fuckery for sure, in my opinion.
I mean, he already guilty, so you know what's him on the recording saying like, oh, what, I did shoot a bitch, fuck her, blah blah blah. Like, oh well, like he already serving time for it. What's that gonna do? He already, the only thing that's gonna hurt is like what, his sentence won't get reduced. He won't get released early. If he okay with recording music in jail, that's on him. If that's the life that he loved, you know, man, I love just sitting in jail, just doing nothing but push-ups and recording music.
Where I say, yeah, I did it, and what?
So
what does that do for all of these people who've been out here talking about he didn't do it?
I'm definitely not supporting the people that is reacting to his content and promoting it. I'm not feeling that.
That's a no. That's a non-starter. There's no question. I'm not listening to that shit for any reason whatsoever.
Talking about some of this Tory Lanez back. No,
that nigga's in jail.
I don't care. He is not nowhere but his cell, laying on his mattress. I don't know why you over here within the is Tory Lanez back like that in the thumbnail. Yeah, no, I'm not fucking with that shit. Sorry.
Tell the truth, shame the devil. What do you think the obsession is in defending Tory Lanez?
I think
because I do not believe that these niggas don't know that he shot her.
I think it's sort of like a misplaced form of relating.
Okay, tell me more.
In the sense that misogyny is part of it too, but in the sense that, like, you know, there are you know, the justice system does punish Black men harshly, and they do try to convict them of crime that they didn't do. And I feel like they're misplacing this support in the wrong places. I mean, they kind of do it with, well, I'm not going to say they, but there are a group of Black men that do it with just about every Black man. They get accused of anything. I'm sure that there's ones that did it for Diddy. There's ones that did it for R. Kelly. There's ones that did it for Bill Cosby. There's always going to be some group of Black men that's going to be like, it's y'all just trying to bring a Black man down. these bitches be lying on us all the time. That's where the misogyny part comes in. Or the misogynoir of it comes in. But it's like, you know, I feel like sometimes it's just misplaced support. Sometimes it's misogyny. It's a lot of different issues happening at the same time. I'm with you, Tithenial. 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 Tithenial.
I love the way that you worked your way through that. That was great.
I don't even know if that's correct. I don't even think I said that
right. Yeah, I think, oh man, I think one of the things that's really irritating to me is I really don't think that you should be able to release a rap album when you're serving time in prison. I just don't think you should be able to do that. You can write as much music as you want to and do this, that, and the other, but it just feels like, you know, a loophole.
I guess that, like, if, let's say that you're serving life in prison and you owe people money, like, you got to pay restitution, but you are a famous musician, what do?
Well, first of all, you don't have to pay the restitution.
But they should.
Okay, yes, they should. They should. Yes, they should. So that's different, right? That's, the money is not going to go to them. They're still going to get shine from it, but they're not going to get profit from it in that way. That's not this. This is this nigga about to be on the Breakfast Club promoting it, doing little interviews and 15-minute segments because he's going to have to call back. But it just seems so psychotic to me. And then, like you said, people who actually have the nerve to create a thumbnail.
Like, oh my God, I just heard Tory Lanez version. It changed my life. No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
You do not got to be so dramatic. Cut it out. Should they? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that concept of, like, whether or not they should be able to make music in jail. Because, like, does it matter what they are in there for, or just in general? Because, like, for instance, right, he is making music about this incident, and he's in jail for this incident. Is it different if he made like an R&B album where he just talking about love and stuff like that?
I don't know. I feel like
he's profiting off of the crime that he's convicted of.
That part. Let's go with that. Let's go with, I don't think you should be able to profit off of the crime and just say, fuck yeah, I did that shit.
I agree. Casey Anthony's on TikTok.
Child. Added to the agenda. We can pivot right now. We can stop talking about Tory Lanez. Did you see my face? I saw my face react to that shit. We can stop talking about Tory Lanez bitch ass right now because it's difficult for me because, you know, I am a deep believer in, number one, free them all. Prisons and jails are bad, but I also am a survivor. I also know that some people do need time out. And more than just needing a physical timeout, they need their whole dome drop squatted. If y'all ain't never seen the movie Drop Squad, look it up. Like, you need to come to grips with what you did, who you are, and be a better person. But I understand we don't do actual, you know, helping people improve themselves and come out and be a better person. So he has no actual incentive to do that. But anyway, You want to talk about Casey Anthony?
Casey Anthony's on TikTok. And she brought the gays into it.
The reception has been quite something.
I was very proud of the reception. I genuinely was. When I saw that she turned her comments off, I was like, yeah, the society, the world is healing.
That's right. This is like when Meghan McCain came to Threads and people bullied her off that shit within 72 hours. I was proud of everybody. Bitch was like, I thought it was welcoming. No, ho, you thought wrong.
Somebody said the gays how. So the thing that she posted on TikTok was that she was gonna now be a legal advocate for people that needed help in navigating the justice system and not being harmed by the justice system, and that included gay people. And I feel like that was sort of like her, like it was like a dog whistle, like for the gay, he would be like, she's one of us. Like they wanted her to make her a queer icon like they did with Gypsy Rose. Gypsy Rose's situation was a little more sympathetic, even though I definitely do not think that she should be an influencer.
Yeah. Yep.
But
it is we live in a really weird time. Sorry, I'm looking for something.
Oh, I can't wait for Yolanda's TikTok. Ooh,
we
I can't wait
live
for her
in a really
dancing to
weird
Selena in the shower.
We live in a really weird time when Gypsy Rose is telling people, don't listen to Casey Anthony. Don't listen to Casey. I saw that and I was like, what is happening in the world? Yolanda is on the 30th of
this month,
March.
Ooh, I can't wait to see her dancing to Selena on TikTok. Ooh, she gonna be on TikTok.
I don't know, y'all. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if she's gonna stay alive for longer than 72 hours.
She gonna change her name for sure. But once she started posting,
I don't think that's gonna matter. I'm dead serious. I think that there are levels of organized crime that are going to immediately go find that woman. And I think that they're going to probably do horrible things to her.
Well, in our never mind. Yeah, I guess it could be anybody. It's a lot of people that love Selena. So, I mean, I'm just not understanding the like how I don't know. Is this a word, influencerification of criminals, like actual for real criminals? I understand Gypsy's situation, but she does not need to be on the internet. Casey, and then we had the school shooter, or the attempted school shooter, the dude who was like, I tried to shoot my school up 10 years ago, whatever. They made him famous, and now Casey Anthony is promoting a Substack to try to give people legal advice, and people said, like, being on trial for killing your child is not the same as being like having legal training or whatever. And then somebody said, you're being a legal advocate, should you be looking for your daughter's real killer? They was dragging her.
Rightfully and beautifully so. I do say so myself. Read the goddamn room. I don't know. The audacity, the thirst of audacity is really, really, really real. Or the audacity of thirst, I should say, is really real. I did not, that was definitely not on the bingo card. But I am very grateful to see how quickly people said, bitch, have you lost your fucking mind?
I wonder who's I do think that Yolanda gonna go on the internet. I think she's gonna be like, get ready with me while I tell you why I killed Selena. or what, get ready with me while I talk about the hostage situation before I got arrested after killing Selena. So it was hour 1 and I was sitting in my car and I was on the phone with the police. Like,
she's gonna do an interview.
She is. Maybe with Gail King.
No. Well, I mean, I guess that could happen, but I'm more thinking of Spanish media. I'm thinking of media not in this country, and how
I mean,
she
they
is
really
going to
don't fuck with her.
try and spin a narrative. But I genuinely don't think that woman is safe anywhere on the planet.
She's gonna say Selena was trying to kill her, and she defended herself. What
And
the
she's already said
waters
that.
don't tell you is
She's already said that people don't know the real story of what happened and what was really going on and da da da. I mean, she did a jail interview. What was it, last year? The year before? And was again pushing that, like, people don't understand. People don't. And I'm just like, I can't stand thick-headed ass people.
or maybe she'll change her tune and try to run with the "I changed my ways" narrative.
I mean, if she wants to stay alive and she changed her ways, she needs to go take a vow of silence and be a nun somewhere.
That would be a great idea for a lot of people. But we live in a world that pushes people to monetize their own issues.
Yeah. Yes.
So she's gonna monetize her problem. The best thing I can do is get a gated house out of this so that the cartel don't come fuck me up.
I remember when this happened, and I remember when she was sentenced, and I remember thinking to myself, it's crazy because this reality has been dashed several times in my life. When somebody gets 25 plus or whatever for some notorious thing that they did, and you're like, oh, they're gonna die in prison. Nope. 30 years later, we're all going to be sitting here talking about this bitch about to get out of prison.
Wasn't she in solitary most of the time?
I have no idea. I really never gave her a second thought past a couple years after the Jennifer Lopez movie came out. I never thought about her again because, when you're 16, 17 years old, 18 years old, and you hear 25 to life, you think, oh, they're going to be dead. You don't, at that young an age,
you do kind of think that sometimes, because she was already old.
She's already old.
How did she live that long? She
so
lived
you're
her
like,
whole
why
sentence.
does she look as old as she did when she went in? That's not fair.
Her hair is a little grayer, but she, like, in the face, she looked the same age.
She looks exactly the same. Bitch should have one foot in the grave. That was the agreement here.
They were like, yeah, she's gonna die in prison. She
die.
And then she lived her whole, and I
did
think
her whole sentence, y'all.
It was like, well, if she get out, she gonna die the next day anyway. She gonna be so old.
No, I don't think she's 90. I think she's in her 70s.
What's her last name? Yolanda Adams? No. Oh, Saldivar.
Salvador.
She's 64?
Okay, there you go.
That's hella young.
This is what I'm saying.
How old was she back then? Was she only 30?
She was only 32 years old.
She looked old as shit back then.
I know.
Wow, she's only... Damn, she got hella life to live. That's hella life. 60 is the new 50.
Oh, God.
Wow, she's been in jail for as long as I've been alive.
Mm-hmm.
Or longer than I've been alive. That's crazy.
So it's gonna be but it's so wait, let me check something real quick, because we want to fact check and whatnot. Let me look at something real quick, because I've seen people say she... Okay.
It's a hearing.
That's right. That's exactly what I was going to say. She is not walking out the door on the 30th. She is eligible for parole.
I mean, I think 64 is like too early to really be giving her consideration like that. So I think that, you know, she going for that parole hearing. Because this is the minimum. It was life with a minimum of 30. So this is the minimum. They might really give her consideration for real.
Yeah, all she has to do is walk in there with a clean slate as an inmate. And she has to take accountability that she did it and that it was wrong, period. They will grill her on the last interview where she was, you know, well, people don't understand this, that, and the other. She has to control all of that when she goes before the parole board. There is no, well, this is what really happened. I did it. I'm responsible for it. I killed her. I was wrong. That's it. You do those things, they're going to let you go. Especially if you're older. Don't let her have a health condition. They will boot her ass out so fast. You're expensive the older you get in prison.
I can't believe she's that young. I definitely thought she was way older than that.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought she was in her 70s, but no, she was fairly young.
She like the same age as, well, I mean, yeah, she looks same age. No, she not. No, she not. My nana like 68.
Well, that's close. That's only
it is
years.
close. It is close. And they're alive.
Let me see what else. I was looking to see if she was ever. It doesn't look like she married. The Selena fan club.
Yeah. Does she still run that?
No. That's where it all started. Unbelievable. All right. Well, that concludes the official program, but chat, I know you've got some good things, so cue them up, y'all. You got some questions, you got some prompts for us, got some things you want us to talk about. You got us for a little bit longer. Here we go. What y'all got? Thank you for being here, KeKe.
Thank you for having me. This is my first place on somebody else's channel.
Well,
so when I get a Wikipedia page, when I blow up enough to get a Wikipedia page, I want to be like, people gonna look back on this. They're gonna be like, oh my god, this was our first ever saw that on somebody else's channel. I don't know if interview is the appropriate word.
No, it's just a conversation.
Yeah, okay, conversation is appropriate word. This was the first discussion she ever had on somebody else's channel. Look at that. This is the beginning of her career when she was wearing a brown sweater that she got off of Amazon for $9.99.
Yes.
No, thank you, Kendra.
More to come for sure. Does anybody have any questions for us? Anything you want our hot takes on?
Oh, geez.
I apologize if you posted it earlier and I missed it. I'm paying attention right now. I'm staring at it.
Not a hot take. You know what? I do have a hot take.
Oh, what's up?
I think that boom bap is a cheat code to get respect from hip hop heads. You don't have to say nothing on a boom bap beat that's interesting.
Probably.
I don't like that. Like, okay, I'm gonna do a deep dive on his discography someday, so that I can have like a really fully formed opinion. But like, West Side Gun.
Okay.
I feel like everything I've heard from him so far, he is rapping about jewelry and cooking crack.
I'm sorry, it's not funny.
I'm gonna do like a real, like, at some point he gonna pop up on the poll, and people will probably vote for him because, you know, people want to act like, oh, you know, he's real rap because he does boom bap beats. I don't know, for I'm not saying he's not, or even the concept of real rap is stupid to me in general. But, you know, people feel like they have to have a certain music taste in order to like look like a real rap fan.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably gonna be like, yeah, West Side Gun, he hella dope. We gonna listen to him, and I'm gonna give a full, really actual thought out opinion. But at this moment, all I hear is cooking crack in the air fryer. And that's
Crack in
literally
the air fryer. In the air fryer?
he literally said,
crack in the
have
air
you ever
fryer?
cooked he said, have you ever cooked a brick in the air fryer? That's a West Side Gun lyric.
Okay. All right.
So maybe he really do got other songs where he talking about something for real, but that's how I hear.
God,
so
I had a question that just wiped it right out of my mind. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, okay, I remember. Anyway, I'm sorry. Air fryer.
That's his song. He said, have you ever cooked a brick in the air fryer?
I would really appreciate it if the aficionados would weigh in on whether or not it's even possible to do so.
I never cooked crack before. I'm a good girl.
This is why I'm throwing it open to,
I'm not a criminal.
anybody in the chat or in the replay gang. Can you cook a brick in the air fryer?
Okay, I never been to jail.
Think so, bro.
I did almost go to jail one time for loitering.
Oh God, I have so many questions. Okay, I have a question. It's kind of confronting.
Oh no.
But I feel like it's safe to ask you because you might, well, one, you won't judge me for asking, and two, you might actually answer it, but it's okay if you don't. How do you think Kanye is gonna die?
Oh, that's crazy. I think it's gonna be something that's like I don't think it's gonna be natural causes. I think it's gonna be something like a plane crash or a car accident. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna be I don't think he's gonna overdose. I don't think it's gonna be disease. I feel like it's gonna be some type of accident. That's what I see. In my eyes, he is already dead. There's this there's this dude named RXK Nephew. He has a song called The Real Lil Reese. And in the song, he says something like he says something like, I think Kanye was cloned by the CIA. And then he says, like, sacrifice my mom like I'm Kanye West. Jennifer Hudson sacrificed her whole house. Now it's I don't think he's being for real. It's like supposed to be like it's a 12-minute song.
Damn.
It's a 12-minute song. And he just says like all kinds of crazy shit on it. I don't even think he's gonna be murdered. I honestly think it's just gonna be an accident. It's gonna be like Kanye was like fell off a ladder and hit his head. Kanye got into a car accident. Kanye got hit by a car. Ooh, that's a good one. Kanye's a Gemini.
Yeah.
College Dropout, as it stands at this moment, is still my favorite rap album of all time. I don't know if that will change. I'm always open for that to change, but at the moment, that's still my favorite rap album of all time.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean that I can't look at this just because he made a piece of art that I really, really love and hold dear. don't mean I can't look at him and be like, this is not right. He's not right. This is not right. I can't support this. I don't think he cares about black people. I don't want to call nobody out. But for anyone that's been like, oh, he's doing this to help black people or blah, 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 or because he's seeing that this is what these people are harming black people, blah, blah, blah. He don't care about black people. The only black person Kanye care about is himself.
Yep.
I can't support him anymore. I don't support his music no more. I got everything that I wanted from him. I don't think he's capable of making good music no more. I don't care. I'm just watching this man waste away. And I don't like that people are begging for music so hard, because it's like, why do y'all want this man to like push himself to keep giving y'all stuff instead of pushing himself to get better?
Right. Yeah, I said that in my Kanye West is not a genius video. Like, it is really sick and twisted that people want to, you know, deify this idea of the tortured genius, mentally ill artist who can only produce good art if he's not medicated or not in treatment, or
he clearly was not medicated for Vultures 2, and it was clearly fucking horrible. So that's theory has already been disproven. He had AI. He had Miles on that shit. He had AI on that shit. And the crazy thing is that Miles was probably actually the best part of that album. And he was not taking that shit seriously. Why my feet smell like Doritos, baby? Somebody give me some Cheetos, baby.
Yeah, it makes me angry, quite honestly. I think it's so insulting. I think it is so insulting to people to do that. Are you asking for Kiki's take on this?
Oh, jeez. Prediction did fall off. I don't agree. I think that he built so much goodwill from the Forever Story, which is a great album, that he has like one more year before he has to drop something, before people are like, okay, I don't care no more. I think he has like one more year. I do believe that he has not dropped because of Cole. I think that Cole's preparing for the fall off. And I think that this is my prediction. I think that once the fall off comes out and he tours it, that he's gonna dismantle Dreamville.
Yeah. You said that before.
He said that this year is gonna be the last Dreamville Fest.
Right.
Now, if you was gonna retire and you was gonna keep up your record label, you don't have to drop no music no more, but you could still keep your label up and have the festival every year to promote artists. But I think that clearly he don't. I think he maybe maintaining a record label is too stressful for him. There's people on his label that have dropped like 8 projects that I've never heard of.
Yep.
He's not good at pushing his artists.
I was just gonna say he's not good at it.
The most that he does to push his artists is put a tweet out.
Mm-hmm.
Ari Lennox just dropped a project today, guys. Go buy it. Boz just dropped like his 20th project on this label that y'all probably not gonna listen to. Go ahead and buy that one. Oh, somebody just said Boz is good, but it's like there's people are just not checking out because he don't promote his artists that good, unless they want to stay underground. Earth Gang don't really get promoted. I think Earth Gang actually left Dreamville. I think they're independent now. So I think that I don't know if he is not letting Jid drop because he don't want to distract from his promo. But it's like, once you release your album, are you going to let him drop his album, or are you just going to let him take his album somewhere else? Because if that's the case, he might as well just take it somewhere else right now. Let him go, and then let him go market his shit somewhere else.
Yeah, for me, I've always seen Dreamville as a complete ego project for Cole. I don't think he gives a shit about artists. I don't think he gives a shit about artist development. I think he likes the perception of power. And anybody who's ever been through or witnessed other people go through, for example, bullshit record label industry stuff, and is in the industry themselves, it's very easy for them to say, oh, well, I could do it better. Well, maybe, but can you do it better consistently and longer? Are you selfless enough to pour into other people instead of just pouring into yourself? I don't think it was really ever about empowering artists or anything like that.
No, I don't think so either. I think it's also just like the perception of being a like how some people are like, oh, he's the best artist on label. He's actually doing it the right way. But it's like, is he? Because
No.
how many other people do you listen to?
Like for himself? You mean for himself or right?
So I think it's also just the perception of like, oh, he's so humble. He not scamming these artists. Are you sure about that? He's not scamming these artists. How do you know? Because nobody said nothing yet. Oh, but now that Earth Gang and Ari coming out is saying we don't feel like it was managed that well. Oh, so now, and now he want to dismantle. Now he want to. Oh, now this is this year's last Dreamville Fest. Okay, yeah, this was definitely the best artist on label. I'm sure it was.
Do you think that Dreams is for, I mean, not Dreams, sorry. Do you think that Clouds is a peek into what the fall off is going to be? Or do you think it's a one-off?
Is this like his Watch the Party Die?
Well, I mean, no.
I mean, I'm not saying like it's as good of a song. I'm
I
saying
hear
like,
what you're saying.
yeah.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. That's interesting. I hadn't thought about it in that framework. Yeah.
It's just setting the mood. And if
Right.
that's the mood that he's going in there with, I'm probably not gonna fuck with this project. I think that if he can give us some actual insight into where he is, some good storytelling, instead of just like the stuff that he's been giving us on features for the past 2-3 years. Maybe I'll be more receptive of the project. But if it's just gonna be that just rapping to rap and that's how you're gonna go out, his fans are gonna love it. And I guess I feel like he has, like when he said in Port Antonio, like they stripped me of my spot and now I'm finally free. I feel like I don't think that he's actually happy that people are debating his spot in the big three, which I think that the big three is a stupid concept in the first place. But I don't think that he's happy if people are debating his spot. I think that that's more of him saying, I'm just gonna start going to my fans. I'm not going to the public no more to market my shit on a wide scale. I'm going directly to the people that want it. So it's like he's looking for validation specifically only from the people that he knows already wants his stuff. That's why he posts his stuff on his website. He don't post it on iTunes right away or on YouTube right away. He's going straight to his fans now. And that also, in a sense, keeps it so that he doesn't have to progress. Because he knows that his fans want exactly what he's doing right now. He doesn't have to like diversify or actually try to do something special. His fans are going to take exactly what he's giving them.
What do you think the future holds for Ari?
Girl, I don't know.
Okay. Fair enough, I
don't even know if anybody's going to pick her up.
Say again?
I don't even know if anybody's going to pick her up.
No.
She might just stay independent and I think that it would really help her, or would have helped her, if he had marketed her the way that SZA is marketed by TDE.
Mm-hmm.
Start putting her everywhere. Why is she only on Dreamville people's music? Why isn't she on? Why aren't you pushing her? Like, go do a feature with this here. Like, SZA's on so many goddamn songs, and she hit every fucking time. But I only see Ari on people that's on Dreamville. They keeping her in house, and it's like if you really wanted her to succeed, you would have been pushing her in other spaces. Like, everybody want an R&B feature. These rappers don't know how to sing.
Yeah, I think that's another, again, I think that's another like complete miscalculation and the ego echo chamber that they're all stuck in over there. That is just so typical J. Cole to me.
I think besides like 2-3 of them, most of the people in Dreamville are kind of like, yeah, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
They know this is, I'm not going nowhere with him. He don't let me drop my shit. He don't even answer text messages past 4 p.m. Once he pick his kids up from school, his shit going do not disturb. You know, it's and then he hit you back 2 days later. Oh, I'm sorry, I was at my son's game. I couldn't make. I'm sorry, I didn't reach out. Oh, he out here living a whole life. He ain't let me drop my shit. Oh, but he out here in the studio making beats for his shit. Oh, okay. I see what you're doing.
Yeah. Do you think that Cole is like Nicki in that his features are better than his albums?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this I think this is the problem with him specifically, is that he makes most of his own beats.
Right.
So I feel like when he gets on features, he's able to experiment and try more stuff because he's on stuff that other people made.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he has like a huge problem with letting other people, like working with other people. You know, when you in elementary school and it says like does not work well with others, with others. You know, he got the little well, it's E for excellent, S for satisfactory. I don't remember what the other ones was.
N for needs improvement. N for needs improvement.
He got N for needs improvement. So and then the sign does not work well with others. Like for instance, the song Power Trip that had Miguel on it, he wanted to sing the chorus and he had to be convinced, debated, pushed into having Miguel do the chorus because he wanted to do everything.
This is another indicator of somebody who's not going to be a good label boss. And you in creating your own shit don't work well with other people.
Yeah. And and I feel like he gets stuck in, like, I understand having a sound, but having a sound doesn't mean sounding the same all the time. And I feel like he gets trapped in this cycle of like, because he's you know stagnant as a producer, he's stagnant as an artist in general.
Couldn't agree more. That's an interesting. All right, y'all. Well, that's enough from us tonight. Really appreciate y'all being here. This has been a wonderful show. Everybody say thank you to KeKe for spending some time with
my
us.
dog that came over here because I was snapping too much.
Walk, treats. What are we doing? Huh? KeKe, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
With us. Of course, absolutely. We will hopefully do it again in the future because there will be more foolishness to discuss. Stay with me. Don't jump. Everybody, thank you. Make sure you support KeKe. Send her a little something. Subscribe to her channel if you have not already. Like this video if you have not already. Share it somewhere. You know, give the good people something to watch. And we will see you back here again very soon. Peace.